want to know the vibe I was getting this whole time, especially with this cover. I
He's a
was
werewolf?
This was a family of werewolves. Caleb's the alpha.
I know that the scene we'll get to eventually. Oh my god, he's a werewolf. I
Bro,
didn't know this was a fantasy book.
This is a World Trade Center bound E-train. The next stop is 34th Street Penn Station.
Clear of the closing doors, please.
All right, guys, welcome back to Unhinged and Well Read. My name is Chris Lenny,
My name's Stephanie.
and I'm Crystal.
and we are La
Las
Yaperas. So, pick of the month or the few weeks is Credence by Penelope Douglas. This is my pick. I just was debating on this one. What?
Hey,
I said, what?
Oh, I was like, what the fuck?
say hi to my dad.
Hey! Hola!
He doesn't hear you.
Oh, tell him I said hola.
Está arriba. Mira, ahora le tienes que decir hola, tú estás en vivo.
¿Qué tal?
Hey!
Hola.
Él no te oye. They don't hear you. Hold on.
Oh.
Let me...
Ese viejo ya con la cabeza. Mira.
He's like, ¿qué tal?
Ah, pero mira, aquí no estaba mirando la otra.
Stephanie, Chris Lenny.
Ahí tienen el trío Matamoros.
Hola.
¿Sabe?
Esa no me vive moliendo. Mira, mira. Creo que come.
That one.
What is that?
Un pancito con queso.
La cuestión es mover la quijada.
Es que tengo hambre, salí del trabajo ahora.
Ah, está bien, man.
Mm-mm.
¿Todo bien?
¿Cuánto está?
Bueno,
¿Qué pasó? Oh, okay. Okay.
fíjense, bye bye.
Igualmente.
Okay.
Credence. I wonder what that means.
Right.
I was actually gonna look it up too.
I was gonna say, can you look that
Yeah.
up right now? I don't
Right
know why I
now?
never looked it up.
Let's see. I literally was like, I was gonna look, and I was like, I'll do it with everybody. I thought I was. Well,
My
look it
reasoning for
up.
picking this book was
Oh,
in the beginning. I can't see your screen.
why?
Why is it doing this to me? It's just black.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't like you. Credence.
Okay. Can't see anything.
Okay, you ready?
Yes. What's the definition?
Credence is a noun that means mental acceptance, believability, or the belief that something is true. It typically implies trusting the truth of a claim, report, or an idea.
Okay.
Okay.
It represents accepting an idea as true without necessarily requiring direct proof.
Happy.
That did nothing
Maybe-
for me, but okay.
Maybe we'll find out what that means later on.
Right.
So, this book has been on my list since we started looking for books. Since I made my first pick. Just because when I searched up like book talk and all the stuff, I don't know if it was before psychological thriller because I don't think this is one of those. It's really not starting out like that. So, it's just one of the ones that got recommended to me. It's very taboo, very gritty. I don't know. There's trauma. There's different elements to it. So I just had to circle back on that and finally choose it for us to read together because I was about to read it on my own for a second. And so far, we're exploring the life of Tiernan. She is the daughter of a very famous, like, actress model mom, and like, I think he's a producer director dad, so they're very well known in Hollywood. And the book, we're just gonna get right into it. The book starts off with basically the police are coming. Let's see how it starts off, because I know what it is, but I want to know how it actually. Yep. Yep.
First, it says to the readers who gave the peak their hearts. I don't know what the fuck that means, but I've read some of the where it says dear reader, and this is just like an acknowledgement or when they say like all the warnings.
Yeah.
And I think reading that gave me a spoiler, so I just
Yeah.
hope I don't recommend y'all read it. But that's all.
Oh, okay. The dear reader. I mean, I guess we should say like what's happening here.
I feel like fine.
Okay, this
You
book
could give
deals
like
with emotionally difficult topics, including misogynistic behavior, power imbalance, group sex, sexual violence, dubious consent, sexual harassment, domestic abuse, child neglect, suicide, and bondage. So,
bro, like I feel like reading that I'm like, oh my god, now I'm just making stories in my head.
yeah, that kind of starts getting the ball rolling. You're like, who's about to be doing all these things?
Caleb.
It starts off with Tiernan. So this is another like we've been not accidentally, just happen to be picking books that every other chapter is from someone else's point of view.
Right?
I know. When I saw that, I was like, wait a second, because I was wondering why each chapter had her name, and I'm like, all right. And then when
Right.
we get to the later chapter, we're like, okay. So
Yeah.
we've been reading some of those POV books,
And
and it
this
starts
one
with
also has a playlist. Did you realize that?
like whatchamacallit,
Like Binding 13.
Binding 13. And
The other one had one too. The Haunting Adeline, they had a playlist.
oh yes, it did.
They all have playlists.
What the fuck? Okay, so we don't even realize when we're picking these books that like the similarities that they're gonna have. So these already, two of them came up so far that I remember. It was just so funny the look back by A Boogie. That shit had me crying. I read it just now. It's like near the last chapter, Stephanie, but it's like a song. They just mentioned the song.
Look back at it by who?
By
A Boogie.
No fucking way.
Bro, they look at the playlist.
No fucking way.
So funny.
I'm reading the songs. I'm like, okay, all right. Look back at it. I was like,
Boogie.
what?
Oh my gosh.
What you mean?
That's really funny.
That's so funny. It makes me want to look up Penelope. Like, Penelope, what you got
Where
going
you
on?
from? You from
Right.
That's the first gunner.
Mm-hmm.
That's
So-
so funny.
We're taking into, I imagine this like Tiernan, the main character, she has these famous parents. I imagine her like looking out the window, just like numb and like no emotion, just like zoned out completely, while like cops, ambulances, like detectives are coming in and out of her house. And basically the reason why that's all happening is because Tiernan's parents are dead. The father, which they didn't tell her, was diagnosed with cancer, and so he was dying. And the mother committed suicide along with the father, so they can die together, and just left her. No, like I said, they didn't even tell her that he had cancer, he was dying. Like, nothing. So she's just like in shock basically, and she's already, from what we learn about her, she's not an emotional person to begin with, but it's really like she's just completely out of it. well, this is all how, like,
Desperdicio
you
de
know, like
madre.
she's thinking to herself, like, she goes to boarding school, right? She was just gonna go back to school in a week. Like, why couldn't they wait for her to leave? Instead, they told the nanny slash housekeeper to not come so early in the morning. So like they planned this. It's very obvious that they planned this and still did not have like the courtesy to not have her be the one to find them or wait till wait for her to be back at school so she's not even in the house. Like
Right.
no, like no nothing.
Who
So
brought the no? I'm
who
sorry.
wrote the note? You
Every
two.
time I hear no, I'm triggered.
Like it's just like
Oh.
insane how we start off. So yeah, very, very, very like weird. Immediately you're just like, what kind of relationship did they have with her? What
None.
to call it? Basically, not really a
Bro.
relationship.
All these books also have that in common. What the fuck?
They just felt like they just felt like, oh, let's have one. Like, oh, because we're a couple and this and that. But then they
Mhm.
were just like, okay, this thing is taking up too much of our time together. So we're just gonna like get her a nanny and
Right.
just like have someone else take care of her and we can continue to stay to us. And it's like that is just like that
It's
just
so sad.
Yeah.
Like
it infuriates me. Like
a baby, a child it's a full human is not just something you have for fun, like something you can just like discard whenever. Like that's not the purpose of having a child. Like you should want to have children. You should be present in your child's life. Oh, I forgot to mention, Tiernan's only 17, right? She'll be 18 in just like a little less than a year, only like 10 months or so, or
10
10
weeks.
weeks, 10 weeks, 10 weeks. So very, very short amount of time. But yeah, she was just like, I feel like a spot filler for like, oh, for a perfect little family.
Yeah.
So Mirai is kind of like the one like asking her questions and like talking to the police, and Mirai is her nanny since she was very, very young. So she kind of handles everything. She's also the mom's like personal assistant. So she kind of handles the day-to-day like responsibilities in the house. She's always taking care of Tiernan. So she kind of knows what's up in the house. It's actually like sad because that's kind of her mom. I don't know if like you ever seen Parent Trap where her nanny is the only one that could tell who she is. Like
Mhm.
she knows her the best. Kind of like that, except her parents are not like the dad and don't care about her. So she's kind of handling all of that. And it's chaotic because it's not just like the everyday people. They're like they're big stars and big names in Hollywood. So then you have to worry about the press like coming, and they're already like circling the gates. So it's all really overwhelming because people just want a headline, but this is like your real fucking life.
Yeah.
And basically, she gets a call on her phone, like a phone, kind of like a burner that she doesn't use. As she like is in her room and she's like, where is that coming from? Like, my phone is not on me. Like, I don't know where's that coming from? She answers it, and on the other side of the phone, it's Jake, which is her father's stepbrother. They're not blood related at all, so he's not really her blood uncle. So stop making that face.
Who, me?
Yeah.
My thing. Okay, so I'll say this as we go on to read the book. That flew over my head.
Oh.
So yeah. All right.
Okay. No
Why?
blood relation.
Like I've read Stepbrother, but it's like they mention it so fast, and I just like, oh, whatever. And then it isn't until like later in the book that they mention it again. I'm like, wait, what? I didn't realize that.
Oh.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so I read it a little different.
If you go into it thinking that's your blood uncle, very different story.
Yeah.
Still weird.
Yeah.
She gets a call from him. He's already aware that his stepbrother has died. They haven't spoken in years. They don't never really gotten along. So she never grew up with him. Like, she forgot he even existed.
She never even seen him before,
Yeah, she
nothing.
doesn't know what he looks like, nothing. She just
Yeah.
knows of him. But like, they haven't, her dad and him haven't been in each other's lives in like over a decade, so she has no idea who this guy is for real. She just hears like, oh, Jake, your uncle or whatever, and he's basically telling her like, your parents or like kind of like gave me guardianship of you, but he's giving her the
So weird.
option. Right. He's giving her the option like, you don't have to come here, but like, I'm opening this invite to you. Like, I live out in the middle of West Bubblefuck in Colorado. There's no Wi-Fi up in the mountain where I live, like at the cabin. Like, there's like, it's just like small town stuff. Like, it's nothing like LA where she's from. So he's just extending that invite and saying that, like, yeah, your parents basically left you to me, which is insane because like she doesn't even know this man. And he hasn't spoken to his brother, so it was a shock to also Jake, the uncle. She's like, well, I guess we're stuck
Right.
together, but he's just trying to be respectful and be like, I don't want you to turn your whole life upside down. You can come if you would like to, like, get away from everything as well. Like, it's also gonna be like, it sounds refreshing because the sounds of no Wi-Fi, nature, peace, away from the reporters, away from the house where you just found your parents, and like, it sounds like a great escape to her. So um she thinks about it and she's kind of like, yeah, like, that she's gonna go. She decides that she's gonna go. She packs her bags and she books a flight and she basically heads out there.
She's on the Hannah Montana movie shit.
Yeah, literally, like, she just like packs up and goes. Then when she gets there, she's at the airport and someone grabs her bag from like the little bag carousel, and she doesn't even know who it is, but it's Jake. He recognized her, and she's kind of like, how did you know it was me? What did he say to that? He was like, well, like,
You're the only one
you're
that carries Louis
Louis
Vuitton.
Vuitton. He's like, your Louis Vuitton luggage is literally like, no one around these parts is gonna have that. So that's her meeting him for the first time. She
says, you know Louis? Why would you say that?
Please.
Like, and she was really like surprised by him because she's like, oh, like, you're actually kind of handsome and you're younger and you look good, nigga. And what? Like, and so she's just like, that's weird. Like, not that I would even think that he's gonna look like my dad. They're not even related, but it's just the fact that he's like linked to my dad, but he's younger and hotter. It's just like,
basically.
Oh my god, I don't know how I read this book, bro.
What?
Because I think even that, I don't know if she describes him when they first meet, but I'm picturing him old still.
No, girl, this man is like literally built to the brim. Like, I'm talking like muscles. Like, he's a mountain man, so he does a lot of labor. His body is ripped.
Him like a old country man,
No.
friendly.
Es
It isn't until
hombre.
later on that also I realized was wrong.
Ese
like,
I imagine him kind of like very like Pedro Pascal-esque in The Last of Us.
Okay. I imagine him rougher.
Definitely someone else. But like, that's the kind of vibe in general.
Right.
Or maybe Tommy, his brother. I imagine him kind of like that.
Tommy, I think, is closer. Right?
That's what I see.
Rugged as hell.
But we find out he doesn't really look too rugged. But
yeah.
Basically, she gets in that truck and they start driving out to where he lives. And he's kind of making like little remarks, and she's not really talkative at all. Like we said, she's not an emotional person, but we also realize she's not a talkative person. She's just like not really
Quiet.
present. She keeps to herself a lot. And yeah, she just like experienced a traumatic thing, but without this happening, she would also kind of be the same. I would say so. He's trying to talk to her, but like some things that he says, he's like, it's not like, California, you're gonna miss that Starbucks. And she's like, do you think I'm a blonde twit or something? Like that I can't live without Starbucks. She's kind of taking offense to his little digs talking about like leaving that California lifestyle behind. She's kind of getting annoyed, but she's still not saying much. And I found it she's she kind of pissed me off when she was like, yeah, I guess we can thank TV for the rest of the world thinking California girls are all valley twits and tube tops. But with droughts, wildfires, earthquakes, mudslides, and 1/5 of the nation's serial killings happening on our turf, we're tough too. I was like, all right, pack it
Girl,
up. It's not that
relax.
serious.
Play
I'm
like a
looking
boogie
like
song right here.
I'm looking like I'm looking like, bitch, don't come to New York then if that's what you think.
I was like, all right, like,
Just
okay.
don't come over here. Don't come to New York then.
That's so
You will not like it here. You will
Come
not.
on. Like, she kind of pissed me off. Whatever. He's basically just talking at her because she, once again, is not really responsive. She's kind of yes or no, or just nodding because she's like taking in the ride, looking out the window. I found it crazy how she reads a sign for this candy shop, and she like is thinking about, oh my god, like have had candy, and like I haven't been to a candy store in so long. Like she hasn't been one in years. And he's talking, and then suddenly he does a U-turn and he stops in front of the candy store, which she was like crazy. She was just thinking about. They grab some candy in there. She kind of sees him interact with the guy that's working there, and it's obvious like it's small town feel, so everyone knows everyone. She again, like, I think she tried to put down her own money for it because she's like, I can pay for myself. She's very like rigid, right? He's trying to be warm towards her, but she's not taking it. So that happens. They get back to driving, and it's still like 20 more minutes
What
outward.
about
What
the store clerk makes a comment. I've been like, I love these little comments. He says like, hold on, when they're at the register and they're about to pay, and he's like, oh, like, where is it? Oh, he rings Jake up but looks at me. Staying up on the peak long? The peak? Yeah, possibly until next summer. I don't remember. I don't find it. I don't
Where?
find
Oh,
it. I'm panicking.
I'm like, that wasn't even anything.
No. And then it's don't worry, I skipped the page, that's why. Don't worry, Jake laughs, handing the guy cash. We'll protect her from the big bad elements. When have you ever been able to control Caleb? Spence shoots back. And then
My
he's
gosh.
just like, thank you, bye. And he like brushes it off. But I'm like, the
Right.
first Caleb mentioned.
Right. We got a little hint of Caleb because he has two sons, Noah and Caleb. And she was already overthinking at the airport, like they weren't here to like pick me up. Do they not want me to come? Blah blah blah.
Right. And I get that. I'd be the same way.
I get it because it's like someone's coming, the polite thing is like to meet, especially like a town like that, like to meet them at the airport and kind of help them get whatever, drive in with them. So she's already overthinking it. So that's the first mention of Caleb, and Jake is obviously just brushing it off, and it's like, what a weird like comment. So it kind of gives you like the first little insight into how Caleb is, because what do you mean control Caleb? Like he's a wild child or what?
Right.
I feel like the second one was more stronger. It's like, oh, I don't know about that. I don't know if I'm gonna meet him.
Yeah.
That's Caleb.
I'm saying I don't know the second mention of Caleb.
Second
The
comment about
second
him
mention that
later
one was
on.
a little
I don't
stronger, and
remember,
I was
but
like,
I'll
I
wait
don't know
for
if I
it.
want to meet him.
It's
I don't
something along
remember,
the
but
lines
I'll
of
wait for it.
yeah. I
Okay.
I forgot exactly where, but it is a kind of like makes you think even more. Like, what are you talking about? Can
Yeah,
someone point Caleb out or something?
cause
So yeah, it's about 20 more minutes. It's a long ass fucking road, and she finally like whatchamacallit, he's kind of telling her like, hey, like the road we just traveled is like the only road to where we're at, and we get like stuck out here for months in the winter because we get snowed in. Like they live in the mountains, like it's crazy.
Yeah.
So he's just kind of like take it in
Oh.
now because we won't make it into town for months after the roads close. She's ignoring him and looking out the window.
Bro, she's like
And like
so
the sun is
dramatic.
setting already, and it's just trees and all that good stuff. So when they get to this so-called cabin, it's a huge fucking massive house with big windows, a few lights on. She can see that there's like about 3 floors. So she's like, this motherfucker said cabin. I'm thinking this little dingy wooden shit. It's a fucking mansion, basically.
I would be
Best
so
case scenario.
relieved.
Bro,
Yeah,
I would
she
be
was.
so relieved that it's that big. Like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh.
He was
especially
like
because she's
so right.
aware that he has 2 sons, and
Oh.
then to be even like even more closed up in like a small space, I'll be like, nah, bro, I gotta go home.
And
Like,
also like the whole thing of like the reason him and his brother don't talk, one of the many reasons, like he wanted to get away from all the money, and like he's not into that like LA lifestyle or like kind of upper class lifestyle. So he's more rugged. He's more like, farm boy. So she's really expecting like a humble abode, but that shit, it happens to be fucking huge as fuck. She's like, kind of like, thank God, like if I'm gonna be here with these 3 men, like I might as well have a big house. I have some space to my fucking self. Imagine having to like sleep on the couch or share a room. Absolutely not. With the boys? No, thank you. So she gets into the house. She finally gets to meet Noah. I think he's the youngest. She meets Noah. She's like, his strong little arms, and he's tan. He's wearing a green t-shirt, and he's broad, and his crystal clear blue eyes. Like she's checking him out, kind of. He has dark blonde hair, blue eyes. He's strong, got a little tan. He's muscular. He's 21, so like not that much older than her, but just by a few years.
No, he's 20.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. It says she's guessing if he's maybe 20 or 21. And right, so she's checking him out. She's like, okay, he kind of look good. She's just thinking to herself, like, it's the first time she's laid eyes on him. And they're kind of just like going back and forth. He's like, it's kind of like, okay, where's your brother? Did you get the horse? Like, just talking. She's just observing, really. They show her into the house. She's looking around, showing her the lay of the land, basically. She is. Let's see.
Thank you.
So yeah, after a while, of them showing her around, she decides to say, like, you have another son? Did I take his bedroom? Like, what? Like, there's so many doors here. And she's like, all right, if that's this person's room and that's your room, like, where the fuck is Caleb sleeping?
Right.
And they go, Caleb's room is on the 3rd floor. It's the only room up there, so no need for a tour. So it's kind of like, okay, like, they're like, he likes his space.
He likes his space. And before they go upstairs, there's like a dead deer draining blood from the antlers near the laundry or in the garage or something like that.
Go lay down.
And he's like, oh, like I said, we grow, catch, and kill.
Yeah.
Like, they do it all themselves. But that's just something to know. I feel like that's so interesting. Like just a visual that sticks out where it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah. And
Cool
then
it down.
another mention of when they say like where Caleb's room is, um, he goes, keep that in mind when you meet him, and don't take anything personally. And it's like, all right, like what are y'all trying to get at with Caleb? Like, what's wrong with this guy?
Also, for the record, I don't know if
I'd want to
that's the
meet him
one I
so
was
bad.
talking about, but
No,
there was
there's
one
another one. There's another
I
one
think
later.
I know which one you're talking about,
that I
but
think it's the third one. It was one
it's
of
the one
them
in the
that makes me
kitchen.
feel like,
There's
why
another.
though?
There's another one definitely about Caleb. Like we just got little, haven't met him yet, and she just got to the house, but like we just keep hearing about Caleb. But she's like,
And when people talk about people like that, believe them. When they
Of
throw you stuff,
yeah,
course.
believe them.
oh no, isn't that crazy?
I'd be so curious though. I'd be
And
like,
also
yo,
like,
how bad can he be for real? Like,
Bitch.
you know?
she,
That's okay.
because Jake when he gets there asks Noah like, "Where's your brother?" And he's like, "That he's still in." So she's thinking like, "Is Caleb up there? Like, what does he mean? His brother is in?"
I'm so curious about that too. I forgot about that.
So it
I
was
mean,
like,
he's
what the
in.
fuck are y'all on for real? Like, we just keep hearing these things about Caleb and we genuinely want to know. So we get to, they're continuing to like,
Stop looking.
almost did he say like show her around, and whatchamacallit, she just kind of bursts out and says, "You hated my father, didn't you?" And it's like, what the fuck? Like, you just got here. We could have talked on the car ride. Like, in the car, she could have been honest and been like, so, like, I know you didn't like my father. Like, why are you, like, taking me in? Like, why do you want, like, instead, during the tour, she's like, won't it be uncomfortable for you to have me here, Uncle Jake? And she's thinking, like, if you hated my dad, like, won't I remind you of him? So all he says is, you, like, I don't see your father when I look at you, Tiernan. And she's kind of like uneasy about that because earlier she remembers he told her, like, oh, you look like your mother,
Right.
which he said to her at the airport. So he's like, does he see her when he looks at me then? Is that what he means? Like, what do you mean you don't see my dad?
I think that's definitely gonna come back. And there's hints of it coming back later on.
Yes. And
But
he's like,
also something to know.
also, like, you don't have to call me uncle. Like, I'm not really anyway, right? And it's like,
shut up.
Sorry. And it's like, well, no, she's not. So next, she kind of immediately goes to sleep. She never, like, she's exhausted. What did she say? Like, a plane ride 4 states later. Like, she's been traveling for the entire fucking day. So she just knocks out. Next morning, she wakes up pretty early. She wakes up to smell of coffee. So she's kind of thinking oh, like, I don't really want to go down there. I don't really want to, like, I don't really want to, like, I don't really want to interact with them, but like, I can't stay up here all day. Whatever. She's debating that, but she's like, oh shit, like, Mariah, like, I forgot to call her to tell her that I got here safely. So she calls her just to let her know that she's here. And Mariah's like, still worried about her because she raised Tiernan, so she knows Tiernan better than anyone. So she's like, I know this girl's not okay. Plus, her parents just died. So she's like, kind of weary of her being there, but she allowed her to make her own decision. So Mariah's asking, like, how is everything going? And she's like, oh, the house is nice, and Jake is hospitable. And she's like, hospitable? And yeah, so she's, Mariah just takes it and she doesn't say too much. She doesn't dig in. And Mariah just kind of like, like, just take care of yourself. Don't worry about everything. Because Tyrion asks her, like, how is the world? Basically, because she knows that her parents' death has probably made headlines already, and how they went out especially blows it into a much bigger story. But Mariah's kind of like, don't worry about it. Take care of yourself and, like, call me if you want. But, like, just want you to forget about everything for a while. Like, I have everything handled here. So whatever. She's thinking about it. She's like, okay, I kind of want to go home. But it's just like her, that initial thought that you have. You're like, what am I doing here? Like,
Once you're uncomfortable,
I want to
like, okay, I want
leave.
to go.
Yeah. But she's like, all right, like, it's fine. Like, I need to, like, not be cooped up in here all day. Whatever. Like, it's a new day. Let me get out there. So she heads over to the balcony to get some air. And she's still on the phone with Mariah, and she stops in her tracks because it was so dark by the time they got up there that she didn't see the view. She walks on and she sees like this huge mountain and all this greenery. Like it looks so like beautiful. She's literally speechless for a minute, just taking in the view. I can imagine the air sounds so crisp. It smells so crispy up there. Literally, like she sees literally why they call it the peak, because like they're up in the motherfucking mountains. Like it's beautiful, and she's just kind of taking it all in. She's like, holy shit, like this is insane. She's literally getting goosies because what the fuck. And Mariah's telling her like, hey, if you want to be here for the funeral, then you can come, but if you don't, I don't think they'll question, you know, why you're not there. Like you could be so distraught that you can't even attend the funeral. Like I understand, but let me know if you want to come. She's like, okay, thanks. Like I'll take a few days and think about it. The funeral isn't for like another 4 or 5 days, so she has some time to kind of decide whether she wants to be there. And it was so cute. She's like, I love you, Tiernan. And Tiernan is, you know, thinking to herself, like, she's the only one who says that to me, which is like so sad again. Like, your nanny.
Yeah, but the bitch don't say it back. My rude.
I know, she doesn't say anything. She just says,
I don't think.
bye.
I don't think the relationship is as good as she thinks.
What?
I don't think their relationship is as good as she thinks. I think she's just like she's there for her.
She
kind of thing.
She's there for her, but the thing is, like, we have to take into consideration again, like, Tiernan is like really cold, rigid person, so she's not gonna be affectionate about like Mariah.
Right.
Even in her thoughts about Mariah, she just kind of like mentions like Mariah's the only one that's there for me. Mariah's the only one that's like I think she definitely trusts her though. Like,
yeah,
she's the person that she would call if anything were to happen, even if her parents are still around.
Right.
Like 100%. But you can tell like Mariah is always trying to like kind of get her to open up a little more, because regardless of her raising her, she's still not an open person. But she is, como se dice, she's trying to go down the hall to the bathroom, and she just sees this woman just standing there almost fucking naked. She has like red hair, and she just has her bare breasts out for the whole house to see.
Wonderful.
And this bitch is like just standing there with her arms folded, and she goes, excuse me? I was like, what the fuck does this bitch want? Like, who? I'm thinking she's gonna be like, oh my god, I'm so sorry that I'm naked and I don't know who you are. And then she's like, excuse me?
She says, she starts reading her shirt.
She goes, the difference between pizza and your opinion is that I asked for pizza. And so,
I feel like that's so demeaning without even doing anything. I'll be like,
literally, at first I was like, what the fuck is this bitch on? Like, what are you saying right now? But it's because she's reading Tiernan's shirt. And she's like,
it's just so like childish and like a little corny that I'm like, I'd be so embarrassed if like someone all dressed up, like naked, looking amazing is like,
it's
the
like
difference between, I'll be like, alright, like, I like this shirt. Like,
literally just like, and then she kind of does something even worse. She doesn't say anything after that. She just chuckles and slips past her and out of the bathroom. And Tiernan is like, okay, like, alright. Like, well, hello, what is happening? She goes back into her room. She makes her bed. She gets like dressed up for the day, and she finally like comes out. She's like, alright, no naked women. I can head downstairs. She goes downstairs. She greets Drake. That's his name. And she greets Jake. She's like, his light hair damp with sweat sticking to his forehead and his temples. And as he looks at me, so I should be reading it like this.
this old ass man.
So she's like, damn, like he looks like he already got a work in, and it's like a little bit past 7. Like, how the fuck how early do these people wake up? And I'm like, girl, farm people wake up at the crack of dawn.
Up and there. We gotta
what
feed
do
the
you mean?
chickens. Got the roosters roostering.
Guys,
What?
are you gonna be okay if y'all finish this?
You don't feel
Why?
good?
I really feel like I'm gonna throw up, and I feel like I don't want to throw up on live.
Do you want me to stop?
No.
Honestly, like you guys can continue. I just really don't feel well at all.
Okay.
No, you're good. You don't have to
I'm sorry.
keep
Girl.
I
going.
feel like dizzy just holding it in.
Don't hold anything in.
Don't do that.
I'm gonna let this out, but if anything, like, please continue. I'll join back if I feel better after.
Okay.
So just intermission.
No,
Love y'all.
girl. Why?
Love
That's
you.
good.
Sorry.
Bye.
No,
Sorry.
don't want you to feel sick. I'm like, no. Oh my god. Okay. Oh, so my eyes glanced to a certain part. I'm like, what the
Stop.
fuck? So she is checking out her uncle. She's not checking him out.
Where?
No, she's like, I don't know, like his sweat is glistening all over his arms, neck, and back, and like no, she's not. She's just thinking. I'm turning it into something that
She
it's not.
definitely is. What are you talking about? Are you look? But then he moved closer all of a sudden, and I straighten, unalert as his chest nearly touches my arm. This is literally you're reading it right. Just so you know.
No, cause I'm like, girl, are you okay? I don't know. I would have to think about being in that situation for me to be like, will my brain even turn on this way?
Step.
What?
Step.
What?
Step. They're not blood related. Like.
Okay.
Mhm. Step. I don't know. Like.
They're not blood related, but I'm thinking like, would I even like, will my brain turn that on if I think I'm meeting family? You know what I mean?
Like they're not
Strangers to you, but like I'm going in it with the notion that I'm seeing my extended family. I don't know. She's crazy. But
they're not blood related.
he goes, you have pretty hands. Okay. Your dad did too.
That oh my god, he pisses me off with those comments. That would irritate me a lot.
He's just being annoying. So she's like, was that a dig? And he's like, my dad had pretty hands, like whatever. So men use chainsaws and pickup trucks instead of Mont Blancs and cell phones. And he's kind of just like, he's just looking at her, and she goes, well, he's dead now. You win.
Oh, brother.
And she just turns around, continues drinking her coffee. So she's like, this guy's a fucking prick. Like, why is he like taunting me with like, she's like whatever bad blood there is between him and my father, the orphan, is the last person he should be targeting with his insults. Like, so she's kind of just annoyed with him. And he is not really taking it seriously. But whatchamacallit, Noah kind of interrupts everything and says that he's heading out for the day. So, como se dice? Wait. Oh yeah, that girl. Oh yeah, the naked woman from earlier, she comes down with what's his name? Wait, no.
No,
No,
he's just
no.
in the kitchen, and she comes down.
Yes, sorry. She's the one that's heading down, not Noah. Interrupts. The naked woman from earlier comes downstairs. She's fully clothed now, shows up to Jake, puts her arm around his neck, leans in, and is still looking at her, by the way, before he turns to her and like lets her kiss him. And she's like, okay, I guess that's my that's his girl or whatever. Whatever. I feel like she's just like rude. Like she just like you'll
Doesn't
come to
acknowledge
see like
her.
the way the women in this story so far react to her is like so off-putting because like they're so like territorial over either man that they're like talking to. Like
Yeah.
literally, whether you don't know who that girl is, hi, nice to meet you.
But
Bye,
that's not interesting.
to meet you. Like that's just like you are so fucking rude. I would have been like slut.
Oh
Like
my
what the
god.
fuck?
What?
Because I don't like when people don't have manners. Like who raised you? Like who raised you? So she's like looking at him while he like they kiss. She's like, "See you tonight," and he goes, "Maybe," and then he's like, "Maybe," and she's just like pouting and pats another kiss on him and leaves. And she's kind of glad he didn't introduce her because she's like, I don't like, I'm good. Basically, I'm okay. I didn't need to meet her. And he just jumps right in and wants her to start helping him with some chores. And she's thinking to herself, I don't know, like, how old is he? Like, my dad was 49, Jake is younger, but I don't know how old. Like, his sons are at least 20, so he's probably in his early 40s. She's just doing, like, some mental math here. And she's just kind of comparing her dad to him. She's like, my father wasn't overweight, but he didn't look like this guy. He didn't look this good. Like, damn.
He didn't look like this.
Like, come on. So he calls Danny and Johnny, which are his dogs. And oh yeah, Karate Kid references because the Wi-Fi password from earlier.
Over it, dude. Get me out of here.
Oh my god! So she's
he
like,
said, "Dike, I'm impressed." Like,
shut up.
he's. I'm
He said
gonna
a quote from Karate Kid when she asked for the Wi-Fi password, and like she got it, and he was like, "Wow, that was really impressive, huh?" Okay,
Right.
bye. Right, she heads out with him, and she's just also still taking in the view, taking it all in. And they have a huge property, by the way. It's secluded, like I said, it was like 20 more minutes out of town before they got there. So secluded, so it's a lot of land. He has horses and stuff, so he's asking her like, "Oh, do you know how to ride?" And this bitch is thinking to herself, horses or I go, girl, what
You see what I mean?
What makes
I
you
mean,
think he's asking any other?
Cause her mind's already there. She's already like,
Her
that
mind's
ain't
in
my
the gutter.
uncle. That ain't my uncle.
Her mind is in the gutter.
Yeah,
You know,
100%.
Listen, I don't know. So she just nods.
Yo, Noah's introduction. Oh my god, are you okay? He blurts out, looking at me worriedly. Was there an animal attack I didn't know about? What? And then I see his bewildered stare drop, and I follow his gaze, seeing the purposeful tears and shreds of my designer jeans that my family personal shopper put in my closet a few weeks ago.
Really?
You got a joke?
Really?
Bro, who was it that said that joke to you a couple times?
I think it was this girl's mom.
Oh.
Kesley's mom.
Oh.
She used to say that to me all the time when I wore my ripped jeans.
She'd be like, you got attacked. It was literally giving the same energy.
That's exactly
so
what
funny.
I thought of, by the way, when I read this. That's like, I hate when people tell me such things. And she's like, alright, like, that's so stupid. He's just like so proud of his little joke. And then Jake calls her and he is basically like, okay, so you know how to ride, so let's giddy on up. And so she doesn't want any help. She's an independent girl, so she wants to get up all on her own. but I think he helps her get up on there.
Girl, man. He helps her get up, and then she's like, okay, I got it. And he hops behind her, and she's like, I said, I got it. And he was like, yeah, anyway.
Yeah, so he is on that horse with her. He's behind her, and he's like, are you uncomfortable?
This is where I was like, I think a little more when she's like describing him. I'm like, oh, this is not what I thought it was. Because as soon as he did that, I was like, get off. What the fuck?
You're like, ew.
Yeah, like she says, like, I'm basically sitting on his lap. His legs rest against every inch of mine as I sit nestled between his thighs, snug, protected. I'm like, girl, no. Why are you doing that?
You know, it's just he looked good. He's muscular.
Both of us bouncing up and down in the saddle.
Oh my god! Her mind's in the gutter. So he's asking her, "Are you uncomfortable?" Doesn't say nothing. "Are you comfortable?" Doesn't say nothing. And he's like, "All right." So he's like, "Yeah, your father could piss me off without saying much too."
Hated.
She's like, she's just still like ignoring him. But like on their ride, he keeps pointing out like, okay, here's the barn, here's this, here's that, and they get to this cliff, and his arms lock me in despite the chill of the morning. I'm not cold. Basically telling her like, you can take the horse or the ATV up here, but like you can't. Huh?
He was talking in her ear. He puts her hair to the side while he's behind her.
Oh yeah.
And he's like blowing on her neck, and he's like, oh, like, do me a favor, keep your hair tied as much as possible. We have lots of machine that can snag it. Like, why is
it's
he
not
doing
exactly
that?
sexual yet, but like the way they're like talking about it is like, you know, she's just naturally feeling some things of like having this stranger all up in her coochie.
Yeah.
She's like kind of feeling some things, but she's like, all right, like whatever. She is, she's kind of like, thanks. Because he's like, you want to have Noah show you the ropes with like the 4-wheelers before you use one, like just so you know. And she's like, yeah, I did a camp for extreme sports one summer, but I'm sure your son will want to show me the ropes anyway.
Right.
Calm down. And whatchamacallit. Oh yeah, they finally get to like a valley, and again, just a beautiful sight. So she's taking it all in, and she is like, oh my god, I love it, it's beautiful. And he's kind of like warning her, like giving her, you know, some tips. She's like, you like, this is important, like this isn't LA, this isn't even Denver, like we have black bears, mountain lions, coyotes. She's like, you're gonna need to like take protection with you every time you go out on the horses, on the ATVs. If you come out here, you need protection. Like we have wild animals, and like this is not like a gated community. This is the fucking forest. So you gotta be ready. So he has a rifle, so he's like, all right. So since you know how to shoot. There's like a wooden rope bridge that looks like it's fucking falling apart. So one of the wooden pieces that's hanging from the rope bridge, he's like, all right, aim for it and like shoot at it. And she comes to D-save. She hits it, and he's like, whoa, I guess I was gonna suggest the boys to empty some beer bottles for you tonight, but it looks like you don't need to practice.
Bro. And he was mansplaining the whole time. He's like, she said she could shoot, and then as she's like setting up, he's like, all right, so what you're gonna do now is you're gonna do this and hold this and she's like,
she just shoots and she hits it bullseye. So he's like, I thought you said you couldn't shoot. She's like, I can't shoot animals. I thought that's what you were asking. Like, I didn't think you meant, can I just shoot straight shit? Like, I could do that. So she was like, all right, like she can obviously, he can tell like that she knows how to ride, so he hops off, and she's like, all right, you can ride the horse back, like I'm gonna walk and like check the traps. And she's like, start breakfast when you get back to the house. After you unsaddle the horse, of course. And she's like, I'll pitch in, but I'm not staying in the kitchen. Like, fuck you think this is? Like, what do you mean? And he goes, okay, do you know how to tend crops instead? do you weed, water, fertilize, aerate land, plant? Do you know how to prepare and store the crops to feed the horses and livestock? And she's still not looking at him. She's ignoring him. He's like, milk cows, train horses, operate a chainsaw. Like, can you can fruits and veg? Like, asking all this shit. And she's
I
just like,
mean,
she's not answering stuff. So he's like, okay, so cooking breakfast it is. We'll do our part, Tiernan, if you want to eat. I'll do my part and then some. No. He goes, yeah, we'll all do our part, Tiernan, if you want to eat. And she's like, all right, like, the fuck?
she says, "You're not my father, you know. I came here of my own free will and I can leave whenever I want."
Kind of gets a little sticky because
Uh-uh.
he kind of gets like, he gets a rise out of it because she's like responding. He goes, maybe, or maybe I'll decide that you'd benefit from some time here and that you can't leave after all. And she's like, what the fuck? Like, she gets kind of like, when your stomach drops a little bit? So he's like, at least until I see you laugh, or yell, or scream, or cry, or fight, or joke, and all in more than nods and one-word answers. And he's like, maybe I'll decide to honor your parents' wishes and keep you here until you're of age. And she's like, all right, I'll be of age in 10 weeks. He's like, well, we snowed in 8 weeks, so whatever. And he just like starts like heading off, and he's like, all right, burn the bacon, Tiernan. We like it that way. He's being like really cocky and like annoying he annoyed the fuck out of me here. I'm like, all right, like, I have to
Yeah.
leave right motherfucking now. Don't piss me off.
Yes. I did not like this. Now that I'm thinking about it, I also didn't remember about the 18 thing. So she'll be of age in 10 weeks. I'm sure everything finna go down in 10 weeks, girl.
Dang.
Shit going down in those 10 weeks.
They go down in the
Right. Right.
What? You didn't like that?
I was doing notes before we started, and just because I was like, oh, I want to see what it like, because I haven't played the playlist songs or anything during. And in one of the chapters, it plays "Wow" by Post Malone, and I played it, like a little low, and I'm like, you know what, this is pretty fun.
Is it good for the scene?
I think so, yeah. It literally just changes the vibe, because I wasn't picturing it like that until I heard the song. I was like, it does kind of go with it.
You have to put on the song when I see it come up.
Yeah.
I've been reading on the Kindle app on my phone when I can't bring the book, so the pages be all off. But I'm like, man, I could do it right there. Right, that'll be good.
I was using Kindle to read this too, and it says the pages for me.
No, it says the pages, but if you look at the book, the pages are off.
Oh.
And that's why because it doesn't include all like I don't think it includes all the stuff before, from what I remember.
Right.
Like all the pages before the actual first chapter starts. That's why 115 was the end of chapter 7 for me, but in the book it was like 120 something. It's just off by a little bit. That's why like the chapters are good for me to know too. And then the page for like the pages, just so we could keep track of it. Just a little bit off. Oh. So she's kind of like, all right, he can't keep me here. Like, what the fuck? Like, who do you think he is? I don't get it.
She's mad as fuck, bro. She's like on her way back, she puts away the horse, she puts away the saddle, and she's like muttering to herself, like, and playing back what he said. He's like, oh, she says, we'll be snowed in 8. I mock his word to me in a whisper. And then on her way to the kitchen, she like finds a punching bag, and she just, she's just taking out some anger, thinking about this man.
She is pissed off. She's like, what the fuck? Like, do you think because I'm a woman, I can cook? Do you want to get some rent money out of me? Like, the fuck is this? So she just punching the punching bag, and she feels like someone's holding on to it, and behind the punching bag, holding it in place, is Noah. And he was like, hi. He feels like such a like a almost like a himbo where he's kind of just like no brain, just but
Really?
no, like on a very in a very light way. Like he seems very like easygoing, very like not that he's stupid, but very like airy. Like he gives me like
I
airy, upbeat vibes.
Yeah, I get that. Um, yeah, you threw me off with the himbo though. I think he's very like wholesome because he seems very like nice and like you said outgoing, and is
Hmm.
like he's easy to talk to, like just like the classic like. And that's I feel like I wrote this down later on, but I feel like this book has like three different character types.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In like a classic romance. These
Mm.
are literally the three types, and it's all in one book. Because this is
Yeah.
just the go to, like, nice guy.
Yeah, he seems. The only reason I say himbo is because of like, he just seems like he's always just like jolly and like he's not really thinking of too much. He's just kind of like,
Mhm.
just like I don't know,
When I
always.
think of himbo, I think of Kelso. That's why I'm like,
But
I don't think.
that okay, so he gives me Kelso, but without the complete like I'm an idiot. That's
But
what.
you can't do that to Kelso. That's what
Yes.
makes him Kelso.
But his personality is like very like goofy and very like playful always, and he's never serious.
Yeah.
That's what he gives me. But like without like he's not stupid. So he or doesn't have to ask her like why you're punching it or anything. He's just like, okay, don't stop, like come on, keep going. Um and he
He does
does
that
like I said,
comment.
he doesn't need to ask her at all why she's upset. He just goes
Mhm.
straight in and he automatically knows. He's like, he can piss off a saint. Why do you think I hung this punching bag in the first place? And she's still not talking to him, but she like she acknowledges the fact that like he knew already like why I'm pissed off. I have to punch this fucking punching bag because it's his father is fucking annoying.
Yeah,
So
he
he
is.
just asked her like, okay, are you making breakfast then? Like, let me know. And I think she's he's like steps away from the bag and has his palms up, and she wasn't trying to hit him, but like she just feels herself full force like just like punch him. And where is it?
Girl, you reading something else.
Wait, no, where is it?
He holds on to the bag and she kicks the bag. And then he was just like, "Oh, you've got spunk."
But where? Oh, wait, no.
You made it up.
There's a.
You're writing your own story over there.
Oh.
I don't know where you got that.
I don't know why I just read that she punched him.
You're mixing him up with Johnny now. That was like 3 books ago.
I don't know why I read that. I was like, yeah, she punched him. Next. Okay, she kicks the bag. And he's kind of like, when someone wraps their arm around you and gives you a noogie, that's what it's kind of giving. Like, oh, wow, you really got it in you, huh? Little, like, it's giving that.
Right.
But she's like, all right, help me make some breakfast. Like, let's go. And she's setting the table and he puts down, she tries to pick up the 4th plate to put it away. And he was like, no, like, put the 4th plate down. Caleb can show up anytime. What do you mean by that? Third Caleb mention. What are you talking about? What do you mean Caleb can turn up anytime? So whatever.
You wanna know? You wanna know the vibe I was getting this whole like time? Especially with this cover.
He's a werewolf?
Yes!
Yes!
Oh my god, I thought this was a family of werewolves. And maybe it could still go there. We don't know. But I'm like, Caleb's the alpha. He's not like
bro, that the scene we'll get to eventually. I go, oh my god, he's a werewolf. I didn't know this was a fantasy book.
Cause tell me, like, and I feel like every single time we read a book, we bring up Twilight. Like, it's insane. But this is what it feels like to
Yeah.
walk into like Jacob's house. And it's
Yes.
a bunch of like werewolves like hanging out, and like that's how they talk, and like the dad, and like there's power struggles, and the he's
Yes.
doing his own thing, and it's literally just like, bro.
Literally that immediately was like, wow, Kato's a werewolf. Like it didn't hit me until that chapter later on. I was like, oh my god, is this it? Like, what's
Oh my
happening?
god.
That is so funny. I really I was like, wow, Christine, what are you thinking about? Just think about
No, I
like
felt it as soon as she came in, like the cabin, the the way Noah was, it feels like Jake's like cousins, or like how
hmm
playful they were.
yes, that's
So
what
I'm
I
like,
get.
this is similar energy. I don't know where else to take it.
Yes. It's giving like Jake is like he doesn't really get active anymore like a werewolf, but like he has
Yeah.
that dog in him. Or he's
Jake,
not a werewolf yet. Anymore, I
no,
mean.
no.
Like he doesn't turn
He's
anymore.
he's just the father figure trying to control werewolves. Like,
Yeah.
he reminds me of what was his name? The one that Sam.
Yeah.
He reminds me of Sam, where he's like trying to put his foot down. He's like, I'm the leader. And Caleb's like, I'm alpha. And
No,
that's just
literally
how it
that's what it's
goes.
giving.
Like,
He's like he doesn't really he either like doesn't turn anymore, like he gave that up when when he had kids, but his kids turned out to be werewolves and chose that life. And like, or he still has a dog in him, and it comes out in the middle of a
I think,
battle.
I think he would. I don't think he gave it up. He's too young, and
He's
he's
still young.
working out and riding horses. You know,
He's
I
still
don't
young and
know.
fresh. Oh my god, literally. So we're reading a book about werewolves.
I hope so.
So she whatchamacallit, she still slips an extra plate back inside. She's like, okay, Caleb has a plate at the table. And so Noah goes like, oh, you're not eating? And Jake suddenly walks in. He's like, yeah, she is. And she goes, okay, I'm not hungry though. Like, whatever. He's like, yeah, but you didn't have dinner. Like, sit down. She's like, I'm not hungry. And she just goes, she just turns her back and leaves the kitchen. And she's like, he doesn't chase after me. Like, even though she breaks herself for like confrontation, some type of argument, he doesn't chase after her. He lets her go, and all of a sudden she's in her room. She's like, the truth is, I'm starving. I was like, bitch, then.
Bro, I don't know if it's just me, but like every page reminds me of something else.
Yeah.
Because in this shit, it reminded me of Beauty and the Beast, but he's like, she has to come to dinner. And then he's like, well, just let her starve. Like, I'm like, oh my god.
I literally also thought of Caleb like as the beast. I thought he was a beast,
Bro.
and he was gonna come out. He's like, is it an animal? Like, I was thinking all these different things.
And every time I read, like, he growls, I'm like reading a little different. I'm like, what do you mean? What kind of growl? Like, I don't know.
Literally. Oh my god, I can't wait to get to Caleb. She's like literally starving. She's like, the scrambled eggs I made look so fucking good. She's like too ego driven to like let him, have his way. So she's like, I'm not gonna buy. Like, she's already in her room. She's not like, she unlocked her phone and she's like, has like so many alerts going on.
Hello? Oh no, you're freezing. Wait, you're freezing. I don't hear you. Why? her phone died.
My phone died. Ugh. I know. Oh no. Yes. Why? Yes. Okay. Wait. Okay. Okay. Oh my god. I'm not good at telling these playing catch up. I'm not good at playing catch up.
What do you mean?
Like going through this. I don't
The
have
book?
the talent.
The book?
Yeah. I'm freezing. We have like little under about 100, but I have to be done by 10:30.
Girl, that's 30 minutes.
No, so I'm like, I'm not good at this because if not, I could just like summarize this. But like, okay, let's see.
Okay, you like, I feel like you forget or something and you read every single page.
I do forget because I don't want to miss any little thing. Because let's say I summarize and you're like, wait, that's important. I'm like, I don't know, like
Yeah, but I mean, I'll just mention it quick. But like some of the things you mentioned, I feel like you're literally just reading it. I'm like,
yeah.
okay.
No, yeah, I am just reading it, but like, it's still como se dice? Because like there's little things that should be mentioned. Like for example, because she's reading where we left off before my phone died. Is that she's reading? She's not fucking hungry. She goes to her room and she's like turns on her phone to all these notifications. She's reading all these tweets from all these people with their opinions and condolences and all this crap. And como se dice? She's kind of just like, all right, like I'm over it. She starts deleting everything off her phone because she's like, I don't need to be looking at this. Rightfully so. Like I don't know why she even peeked at it. She deletes all the apps off her phone and she's like puts it back in the drawer. Like she's not even using her phone really. That was like the one time she picked it up all day. So, I think what's his name? He comes up to her door.
Jake.
Does he?
No, she goes downstairs and he's like doing something with the house. He's like hammering something and she helps him.
Okay, yeah. Wait, where is it? Oh yeah. No, I skipped 2 pages. That's why. This.
And then
Okay.
he has like his shirt goes up and she notices a tattoo that says "My Mexico."
Yeah, what the fuck is that about?
No clue. No clue. Are you picturing him Mexican?
No.
Like, are they Mexican? Where is that from?
I don't think so. I think it's, I don't know what reference that tattoo for because I
Fucking Karate Kid again.
this
Jesus.
this whole family loves Karate Kid, bro. So she goes back downstairs. He's working. He's working on the house, and she's just kind of like, all right, like, can I help? And he's teaching her, but once again, he's like just mansplaining it, and she's just telling him like, I won't learn anything if you don't give me the chance to actually do it. And he's like, I didn't say anything. Like, damn, girl, like, relax. But she's just wanting to do what like he's telling her without all this extra guidance, or without like failing at it first before she can just do it.
She
Instead of
likes
being
being
like
independent.
yeah, she's kind of being baby that she does not like at all, because she's already estranged from her parents, so she is very independent as is. So it's not in her nature to like be treated like this. So she's really like fighting it hard to adjust, which I get it. You don't want to be like, okay, little girl, here's what you have to do, and he's kind of doing that with everything.
It's
Then
because he's used to having betas.
yes,
Yeah.
and so he's got to teach her. She's not used to this big bad wolf house. She's not used to it at all.
Right.
And she gets a splinter. And he's like, okay, let me see. He's trying to pull her hand away. This motherfucker starts like digging his thumb into the splinter, trying to push it up. She's like, stop, like, what the fuck? And he's like, all right, stop moving, like, come on. He's trying to get the splinter out. Then all of a sudden, like, she hears a buzz of engines getting closer and closer, and she's like, there's 5 guys driving behind the uncle's truck, and like, oh, like dressed in like motocross attire. And Noah's one of them, and he comes out of the truck, and he's just like talking to them, and wait, where is it?
Well,
When he oh, okay, yes, sorry, that's on the next page. Sorry, I'm getting a little
ahead of herself.
ahead of myself, yeah. But
Excuse me.
oh yeah, so they're basically talking about her right in front of her. Well, not they kind of are, like, he's like, they're talking to her, but she's not like really. Where is it? So she starts talking. Why did he start mentioning that? Oh yeah, because
They go up, and then
Well,
it's because
he
they're
was
like
her
giving the
yesterday
bike.
about her dad, and he just goes like, oh, like, about your dad, I was a prick, like, I screwed up with my own kids, like, I have no room to talk about like your dad. He's apologizing for yesterday, and he just says like, oh, like, you're different than I thought you would be. And she doesn't say anything. She just continues to like look at him, and he goes on to be like, oh, you're complicated, tough to read, and even if I could read you, I'm not sure I'd be a comfort to you. Like, I'm not upset about their deaths, but I'm sorry that you are. And she goes, I'm not upset. And it's like, okay. But the group that was coming in on all the motorcycles are already there, so they come up, and she's trying to figure out, like, it's one of these Caleb. Still has yet to meet Caleb. It's only the morning, but still she's wondering if Caleb is one of them. And she just goes like, to make it clear to him that she doesn't want to talk about her father. So in the midst of that, he is still trying to get the splinter out of her finger, and before she knows it, he's sucking the splinter out, and
Wild.
just it's a little crazy. So she's feeling some things. She's like, my mouth falls open a little as his teeth gnaw and tease at the splinter, and my skin is sucked and tickled. Okay, girl.
Rosia palm.
Yeah. That was a little.
And I would like to mention he tells her like, oh, stay away from the local boys. And she was just kind of like, why? Like, what the fuck? And then he's like, oh, if you get a boyfriend, you won't be able to see him. Like, we get snowed in a lot, and they're not your type. And she's like, what? Like, what does that mean? And then he says, they're bored, and when you're bored, you only want two things, and beer doesn't last forever. And he's just, I don't know, he's just very, like, protective, like, yeah,
Yeah,
you
he's
want
like,
nothing to do with those guys. Like,
yeah. She's like, how do you know they're not your type? He's like, because I'm telling you they're not your type. I'll let you know when one is. Okay.
you don't even know my type.
She calls him a Neanderthal. She's like, what the fuck? The fuck? Do I know you?
Yeah,
So,
dude.
the guys are the guys are there. They want to know who she is. She's like, wait, no, what happened?
He asked her to go make sandwiches.
Yeah. And she just goes. She's like, all right, bye. Because for all the boys, all the boys you ever loved.
Right. And then as she's about to make the sandwiches, she realized that there's like a leak in the fridge. And then that's when she like looks up a video and she takes everything out of the fridge and she ends up fixing the leak. And Noah comes in and he's like, oh, like, good job. Like, we've been meaning to get on that. We've been too busy and this and that. And then I just realized Noah asked, so when do you turn 18?
I just want to say.
And she's like, November 1st. And he's like, oh, are you going to leave then? And then she's like, oh, I don't know. And he starts going off on a whole tangent about how, like, he wishes he could leave, which sounds like a wolf pack to me. Why can't you leave?
No, stop! Literally, it's like
I don't know.
wolf pack. So she's like, I'd leave in a heartbeat. Like, you're here, you don't have to be. I have to be here, and I don't want to be. Like, it's a good place, but like, it's just like I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
No, she's like saying like it's a good place, and I was like, why? And he's like, because no, what is wait.
He says like nothing changes basically.
Yeah.
And he doesn't really talk about it, but there's obviously some tension with him and his dad. Maybe, power struggle between wolves. He also says like as she's putting stuff back, he's like helping her and he stares at me. You have pretty smile, cuz. If you stay, I'll make you smile some more. What the fuck are you on about?
Yeah. She just ignores him and keeps doing what she's doing.
Cause like, what would you say to that for real?
He like they already finished putting everything back in the fridge, but Jake comes back in a few minutes later. She's gathering the tools to like put them back in the shop, and he goes like, "Oh, like where's my sausage?" She turns around to like tell him like, "Oh, I threw it out. There was mold on it." He's like, "It was still good. You can cut it off." She's like, "What the fuck?" Like,
immediately no.
It's mold is what shows you when it's bad. You just can't see the other layers of molds in it. So she's like, all right, like, no, that's nasty. And he's like,
That's some
you don't
shit my
waste
dad be
any
doing,
time, do
bro.
you? Moving things around, like everything's like rearranged. And Noah's about to step into me like, she just fixed the fridge, like we were just doing. And he can just get one word out before Jake was like, where the hell did you go, huh? Like, what the fuck? And Tyrion's just observing, like, okay, yeah, like, he did leave earlier, but, like, was he not supposed to? Like, what the fuck? And Noah doesn't really say anything. He doesn't answer. He just shakes his head and he leaves. It almost gave me for a second, what's his name? This girl's brother and the dad. But that, very different story. Very different story.
Oh.
What's her
Joey?
fucking name? Joey. Like, it was just giving, like, there's some turmoil there. Tyrion doesn't know the extent of it, but she can sense it. Like, it's very obvious. Noah saying how he wants
Yeah.
to leave, that his dad constantly like pisses him off enough to put like a punching bag in the garage. So he's kind of getting the hint that they don't really get along. Still hasn't met Caleb till the day, so doesn't even know how that relationship looks like. Um, so Jake is like, just don't go above and beyond. Like we run a well-oiled machine. So like just do what I ask. Like don't be reorganizing the fridge and redecorating. It's not
Oh,
necessary.
brother.
It's not really appreciated either. Like if you need an idea for a chore, I can give you one. She just nods and like leaves the tools there, and it's like she could even get out the fact that I fucking fixed your leaky fucking fridge. Like
Yeah.
I don't know why he didn't just say like, oh, like why did you do that? I feel like that would have been a good question. Like I would just ask like, oh, like why did you rearrange everything? Like you were cleaning it out or whatever.
Well,
Like
it sounds like he's just because that response is like he thinks because it's like a girl, she's like fixing things that don't need to be fixed or like rearranged. Because he says like, "Oh, don't fix like the cabinets or decorating." Like, what are you
yeah,
talking about decorating?
that's why I'm like, why do you automatically assume that she's just moving shit around and all this, or just like what instead of just asking, oh hey, why did you rearrange the fridge? I don't know, something simple as that, or like letting Noah speak because he was about to tell her, and I think she just didn't have it in her. Like let him think whatever he wants. Like she just stood quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Um, she it's like hours later, and there's a thunderstorm, and she's realizing that she what is it? She can't really breathe. She's like sweating all over and she can't move. And like her throat is really dry. So she's realizing, like, oh, like, fuck, I think I had like one of my night terrors. She hasn't gotten one since she was what, like 4 years
In
old?
fourth grade.
Fourth grade. So yeah, fourth grade has been like so fucking long. But it would always happen the same. She'd wake up at like around 1 in the morning, just like screaming, crying, like digging into her skin, all sweaty, throat dry. That's how she knows she had one of the night terrors. She then never remembers it. She just knows what she's been told about it, and like how she wakes up from having one. She's like, "Fuck! Like I had a night terror." Like, and she starts getting really like anxious and overthinking. Like, "Fuck! Did they hear me? Like, no one woke me up, so I guess they didn't hear me." Like what the fuck, like what if I'm alone, like, and I can't wake up, or like I have a roommate and they're just gonna think I'm crazy having these night
Bro,
terrors.
someone imprinted on her.
He's
Someone imprinted on her and they're doing some Nosferatu shit. She can't sleep. They're in the same house, obviously.
I
She's
don't know.
probably like communicating through her night terrors now. The alpha, alphas get powers for communicating and shit,
I think it's
you
I
know?
think that makes sense. We really have to explore that. Um
Oh, they will. And then it's Jake's perspective.
Finally, after 4 chapters, fifth chapter, we get into Jake's perspective, and he's just thinking to himself, I guess. She's already been there. So he's just thinking like, oh, she shouldn't be here. This is a mistake. Like she can't. I'm not gonna be able to do her any good. Um, then something he says, another mention of Caleb, like Noah's 10 seconds from packing a bag and leaving, which like we any day now, which we hear. And he's like, Caleb, I've never been able to imagine that kid's future because men like him don't live long. He makes too many enemies. I think that's the one Stephanie was talking about.
That's the one Stephanie was talking about.
That is just like, again, what the actual fuck is wrong with Caleb? Like, why are we talking about him like this?
It's the
Men like him don't live
men
long.
like him don't live long.
He makes too
What does
many.
that? That's such a weird thing to say.
I was thrown off. I was just like, all right, like, okay, what's happening?
And it's really interesting to see Jake's perspective because for a minute you think it's gonna be like just Tiernan, like just catching vibes, like oh he's just so hot, like even though he does be flirting with her, but here He has a flash, like he has like a Raven moment.
What he says about himself too.
Yeah. She's like,
oh yeah, and how he talks, it kind of reminded me like of how like my stepdad kind of talks in regards to they're being protected, but they don't know that they're being kind of misogynistic in a way of like he basically said
yeah.
like she's okay, she's talking about like Hans and Amelia, her parents really fucked her up. Like she's quiet, rigid, afraid, doesn't know how to handle her. People like her, like who don't show emotion, they have a certain they have other ways of releasing it. So he's like, what is it with her? Like he's wondering, drugs, alcohol, cutting, sex. And once he gets to that topic of sex, he stops and has like a flash, an image of Tiernan in the backseat of some car, sweat on her face, hair sticking to her cheek, eyes closed, breathing hard. And he's kind of like, he's a little out of breath there. He kind of took his own breath away. He's like, all right, like I can't be thinking about this. Like, and then he goes, I'm not supplying this town with new pussy. Excuse me?
Interesting. Interesting. And he says she better not.
Yeah, I was like, mind your business.
Interesting.
What the hell? So he's like, all right, like whatever, like Hans and Amelia should never had a kid. I never understood what okay. Wait. Not just yet, but I'm bringing it up when it comes up. So he's like, they should never had another kid. Like, I have no idea what they even saw in each other. The best thing that could have happened to Tyrion was to lose them. And talking about he's only sorry it didn't happen sooner. I was like, okay, that's fucking
insane.
Wild.
Insane.
What are you on right now?
Yeah,
like,
insane to say.
Was it that bad? Like, that's crazy. Now I understand they're extremely neglectful parents, but that's kind of crazy. So he's already like
wishing death on it's still her parents.
Yeah. He now goes over to wake everybody up, and he's knocking on her door, but she's already gotten up for the day. Then he knocks on Jake knocks on Noah's door, and he wakes him up, and she hears como se dice. He hears, no, he doesn't hear anything. He smells coffee, and he's like, all right, like she must be awake. He's like, her hair's piled into a messy bun. Wait, but
you skipped the part. So he knocks on her door and she's not there. He realizes she's downstairs, but he has a moment where he gets her scent, and he smells it, and he's like, oh, that soft hidden place behind a woman's ear that smells like her, but also a little of her perfume and shampoo and sweat. And suddenly I can taste it. It used to be my favorite place to kiss her.
Oh
God, I'd forgotten.
Literally where I wanted.
Is he talking about the mom?
He's talking about the mom. That's what
right.
He could either be talking about his ex-wife, the kid's mom, or I think he might be talking about Amelia. Because that really got me.
Amelia?
The mom.
Oh, the mom?
Her mom, yeah. So,
I think he's talking about her mom.
That's my favorite.
I think the turmoil, the beef that he has with his brother is
because
the
he
mom.
had first, or he had an affair, and he never left, and she never left.
Something.
I don't know, but it's looking like that. That was very telling. So get a little glimpse into that. He heads downstairs. Right. He is, como se dice, Noah finally told him yesterday that, hey, like the fucking reason she rearranged everything and moved everything around is because she fixed that fucking leak. And he's very impressed, very surprised. Like she's self-sufficient and kind of took that initiative all on her own. And again, she's not really responding, even though he's like thanking her for fixing it. And como se dice, um, she just asked like, okay, like, what can I help you with? And he said, huh? Because he's trying to be like, thank you, and kind of be like soft and like apologize. But she's like, all right, like, what can I help you with today? Like, what do you want? What do you want?
Right, like, oh,
Um,
whatever.
and he's now the same way she was expecting confrontation for like storming out yesterday. He's expecting confrontation, but she just starts over and lets it go, and it's kind of like, all right, like, let's get into it. And so she tells him like the plan for today, and como se dice, she's kind of like, all right, got it. She's again not very talkative with him, but he starts like just looking at her, and he's like, I wish she would smile.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's pretty. Like, I'll give her parents that much. Flawless skin that looks almost porcelain, high cheekbones, with the hollows rosy, eyebrows a little darker than her hair, framing long eyelashes, and Amelia's stormy gray eyes, more piercing than
Amelia's.
Whoa. Oh yeah.
Amelia's stormy gray eyes.
Yeah. Amelia's stormy gray eyes, more piercing than her mother's because she has the same dark ring around the iris that her father had. She's more her mother though. The slender neck, the curve of her waist, the spine and shoulders that make her seem statuesque sometimes. On Amelia, it looks cold. On Tiernan, it makes you wonder how she'd bend and move in someone's arms. Someone's. My body warms and I hold her gaze for a moment. Amelia and Hans. So he's just thinking that to herself. So like, why are you looking at her like that? What?
Listen.
Why are you looking at her like that?
And there's more. He says, oh my God. He says, oh, I don't need her to stay. Like, but I can forbid her from leaving if I want to. It's like he likes the power of it. That's what it is.
Trigger warning. The power.
Yeah. It's like a haunting Adelaide. He likes the power. And then he says like, oh, like I could actually use her to like get basically revenge on her dad. I could fuck up her life like just a little bit. And he says to make her ... She wets her pink lips and my breath catches for a moment. And he says, if I were a worse man.
Yeah.
And then he starts panicking. He says, I need to get out of here.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where the hell my mind is going, but it's not right. And this killed me. She's my responsibility, not my opportunity for payback. Not to mention, she's quiet, boring, and a little pathetic. I can't torture someone who won't fight back. BDSM mention. Right? Has to be.
I don't
right?
think so.
They're into torture. BDSM, bondage, spanking.
No, but you submit.
But it's still torture. Like, I can't torture someone who won't fight back. He likes the chase. Yes, you could take that literal, but that sounds very sexual to me.
Nah.
You don't want someone
Mine's
who's
in
gonna
the
submit
gutter.
fully. Huh?
Your mind's also in the gutter.
My mind's with him.
Yeah, he's below the gutter right now.
Exactly. This is him talking.
Hey. He's just crazy. Oh yeah, and so like Noah comes in, so he's talking about like taking Tiernan to like feed the horses and see what that looks like. So he's like, all right, you gotta change what you're wearing. Like you're wearing a little blouse, but like here, like take off your shirt. And he throws a flannel at her and like gives her some old like muddy rain boots. And she just starts. She has an undershirt. She starts unbuttoning her shirt, and he's like, I have to look away. Like she should be doing that in the privacy of her own bathroom. And like from the corner of my eye, I see her pull off her shirt and fold it over the back of the chair. Like, girl, and
an invisible hook keeps tugging at my chin, pulling at me to look at her. But I just blink a few times and charge out of the room, biting hard into this apple. This is bullshit.
Once again,
Sir.
Girl, what are you doing? Why are you looking at her like that?
Who?
Sorry, I'm calling Jake.
Because he knows. They all want her. They all want her.
Give me some of that. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. So they ride off on the ATV. They go to the stall, and a phone. He gets a little phone call. He looks at the number, and it's like a call coming from LA. So he's like, all right, this okay. It's Mariah, Mrs. DeHaas, the mom's assistant, Amelia's assistant. He goes, how does that woman still have an assistant? And she
What an
doesn't
asshole.
respond. He's just like, whoa, I succeeded at being insensitive. And he just goes, like, all right, what do you want? You're kind of being a little bit
He's a
rude.
dick.
Tiernan has a phone if you want to talk to her. She's like, I know I want to talk to you. She just asks how she is, and he's like, all right, she's fine. Like, okay. She finally like lets out, like, I don't want this to come off like awkward, or it's gonna be a little awkward, but I'm just gonna say it. Like, I want her to come back home. And he goes, who is this woman to tell me what to do with my niece? Like, she came here on her own free will, and like, I didn't make her come here. She can leave whenever she wants. But like, why are you trying to get her to leave?
Right.
So Mariah's like, I can't make her, and she'll probably be angry that I'm talking to you, but that she's just like worried about her. Tina doesn't talk about things, and her parents passing away like they did won't allow her the opportunity to resolve any of her issues with them. I want to be here for her. I want to be there for her. I'm worried everything building up inside will eventually spill over. He's like, spill over? He's like, who is this woman? And she's so arrogant, thinking that I can't handle whatever this is. And she's like, all right, I'm sure you've noticed that she's quiet. And he's like, all right, you think you can raise her then? Like, what's the problem? And Mariah's just like, I don't think you know her. Like, I know her. And he starts getting tight. He's like, a stranger I've never fucking met of, like, claims that he knows my brother's child more than anyone. Like, what the fuck? And he's like, all right, like, if I turn over guardianship of her to you, like, that puts you in charge of not only emotionally supporting her, but her finances as well. Like, isn't that, he kind of like insinuating like that's what she's after, which is like, she's, as much as like we think Mariah's super trustworthy, you also never know. Like, that could be, that wasn't my thought. I was like, all right, like, I don't think she is, but like, I get where he's coming from. That's his immediate thought. But she kind of like shuts it down, and she's like, well, like, I've had access to her, like for years now. Like, I've had access to her finances since I started working for her parents 10 years ago. Like, she's basically saying, like, I'm vetted, I'm trustworthy. Like, are you to be trusted? And he's even more pissed. So, because she continues and she digs a little deeper, she's like, just think about what all those millions will do for your business. And he is getting pissed the fuck out. He's just like, whatchamacallit, her place is with her family. Her place is with someone who loves her. Like, this conversation is over. And she just continues with just like randomly saying, like, she used to wake up every night around 1, like clockwork without an alarm. Did you know that? And he's silent because obviously, like, he's like, all right, I don't know if she's like just lying, or like, I'm just like salty that I don't know much about her. And she goes like, okay, do you know why? Like, and he doesn't say anything. So she continues like, all right, like, I think that even though you're her family, you think you should know that about someone, right? Like, don't you think? And she just ends the conversation there, and they don't talk again. So it was a pretty heated exchange, because he's kind of like, who the fuck does this woman think she is? And she's kind of like, who does this random guy think she is? She's also thinking the same about him. Like, you are this brother that literally has not been in contact with the family for years. You all of a sudden have guardianship. Like, you can't be trusted. But he's thinking the same thing about her. Like, you're probably just another leech. Like, does it matter if you know her? Like, we're her family type of thing. So that, like, is gonna come up to be later on again, definitely.
I'm just curious. So now we know that the reason she has night terrors is for a specific reason.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm curious about that.
Yeah, because we don't know why the night terror started. Um, but it's obviously been happening for it happened a lot in her childhood. And even though she doesn't have the night terrors, I guess, Rye still is claiming that she wakes up every night, like at the same at around the same time of the night terrors at 1.
She used to.
Did you say she used to, or she used to wake up every night? Okay, I was like, does she still wake up in the middle of the night? Like,
Oh, dude. That just started again, but we know why already.
yeah,
But I want to know what started it.
yeah.
And then
Huh?
he's all shirtless. He has his shirt in his back pocket. And he goes to find Tiernan. And he says, I see her bent over, shuffling the hay with her ponytail sticking out of the back of Noah's caps. Hey, I touch her back. And he goes and he ties like a cloth on her mouth and her nose so it could help with the smell. And she's playing it off like, like I don't need it, like it doesn't smell. He's kind of like, bitch, it smells like shit in here. Like, you'll get used to it. Don't worry about it. Just take this. And he's just there, like, reminiscing of the conversation they just had. My muscles tight with slight frustration. I'm sure you've noticed that she's quiet. Yeah, lady, she's quiet. Slowly I turn to leave, but I glance over my shoulder at her once again. But when I do, she's staring at me. She's stopped raking, her eyes dark under the shadow of the cap, making my heart skip a beat, and I pause. But quickly, as if it was nothing, she puts her hat back down and starts working again. I stand there watching her.
Hmm.
Listen, they have something going on. I don't know what it is yet,
They be
but
looking.
there's definitely something there.
They be looking at each other, all types of freaky. I don't know. They're real crazy.
Brother.
But yeah, like, sorry, when he said, "Don't piss me off today," I'm like, "Don't piss me off." That's my favorite. Don't piss me off today. Um, so Noah, they continue like, do what they got to do for the day because like Noah and Tiernan finished what they were working on, and Noah, she's heading back into the house, and Noah's like, "I remember when I was doing the chores. It was kind of fun for a few minutes, huh?" And he ends it with like, "If we train her up like real good, we'll like, it'll be like I'm not even gone." And Jay goes, "Don't piss me off today." Like, don't piss me off. And he's just saying, like, oh, he's not leaving.
He's 20 years old. He doesn't know what he wants or what he needs. And that line, bro, making mistakes takes seconds. Living with it takes a lifetime, and I don't want my sons to suffer like that.
Could you hear me like that the whole time?
You weren't talking, no.
I was. I had a phone
Oh.
call. What were you saying?
I was saying that the line of making a mistake takes seconds. Living with it takes a lifetime, and I don't want my sons to suffer like that. Like, what the fuck is he talking about?
I don't know.
Brother, like, please give me context. They throw so many lines and like little mentions where I'm like, no, but I want to know.
I know. It's just kind of like going on over there. Okay. Oh my god. I have to leave right now. Okay.
Literally 1 minute.
Literally. Okay. Some of the next 2 chapters, is it? Oh my god, but it's like hard because a lot happens in these. Well, at least in the
I
last.
guess I'll just have to do it by myself.
No.
Oh my god.
Wait, can't we pause there and continue that next week then?
How?
Because we have to mention it. Remember, Sophie didn't read those even, so we were going to talk about it. Okay. Because here, hold on. We stopped at 120.
Bro, that means the next episode is gonna be mad long. Because you gotta remember, then we're gonna read all the chapters in that episode and then mention these two.
Oh, hold on. No.
Diablo, this book is so delicate, bro. It's like flimsy.
Okay, we're reading to 8 to...
Bitch, I'm reading 8 tonight.
Stop.
What?
Okay, we're reading 8 to 17. So 8... So we're reading from 128 to 272.
Wait, so chapter 8 to 17. Let me write that down. So you think that we should just add those two chapters?
Yeah.
Chapter 8 to the start of 17?
Yes. Stopping at 272.
You guys are so weird.
And we'll mention 6 and 7. And I will practice.
6, 7.
Oh.
Girl, if you just write, I feel like once I'm looking at the page, like I remember shit. Pero
I'm just
put,
not.
you have tabs.
Good. No. I only am able to do that.
That's how I cheat.
Phone.
Through your phone?
Because when I'm reading outside is when I read the most, and when I use my Kindle app. So I can like highlight stuff there.
Yeah. I started some tabs on there and I just put it to the book, but if you don't got any type, I don't know, but like, I don't know.
No, I have little sticky notes.
Oh, then do that. Just put the sticky note on what the points, like the main points, so you don't have to like, you know.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to start doing it in transfer because sometimes, and like I can just let me know if y'all want to stop anywhere specific. I
mean, yeah, we add on whatever every time.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll mention those two chapters and then read till 272. Oh God, I'm spoiling. No, I didn't. I didn't read anything.
Go.
Okay.
And do your thumbnail without the book.
I keep forgetting.
That get me so tight. Without the book. Bitch. Please. And do your outro. Do your outro right now. Do your outro and then the thumbnail.
Okay. Okay. So we're stopping a little short tonight. We've lost a member. We're down 2 chapters. It's getting really serious in this book. We're really learning about this werewolf family. So we're catch us next week Wednesday at 8 o'clock. We're gonna read the next like 8 chapters or so. And this has been Credence by Penelope Douglas. You are watching Unhinged and Well Read. My name is Caitlin.
I'm Crystal.
And we are Las Yaperas.
Yaperas. Whoa.
Catch us next week where we pick up on Credence.
Credence.
Rar.
Bye. Okay.
I like this.
Go ahead. You see, the thing about that is your head's going to be cut off, and then your chest is going to be cut off, and you're just going to be floating hands.